What is up, man? We are back and black in the building. Man, shout out to everybody out there, man. Shout out to my brothers, sisters, Erica, Shawnee, Philly, Florida in the building. Stand up. Vegas, Tasha, Miss Tanya, Latanya, Jerica, and my brother from ATL, my brother James. My brother David from No Compromise, and my brother from Texas, brother James Youngblood. Man, what's going on with y'all, man? We definitely need to do a live on what we did on Sunday. When I thought about that topic, I thought about y'all two brothers, man. So we definitely need to do that. And let me know this week. I'm gonna text y'all and hit y'all up when we can do a live on IG just to talk about that, because I really want to talk about that. And I hated to go in on Love and Hip Hop Crew, but they just sound so ill-prepared and uneducated. Except that one sister whose parents was telling her about slavery and stuff like that, but everybody else just kept talking about African descent, and I couldn't fuck with it. You gotta go into depth. But anyway, shout out to everybody out there. You got the Court Plantation. I got nothing but love for you. We have a great topic here, man. So I call it medical apartheid. This is a very interesting topic. I think this goes on more than we know. And this black sister, what was done to her was horrible, and we are going to address this. This happened in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are going to get to it and address it. I think this happens more than we know. And let's get it in. Lord, let me get this audio, because we definitely gonna address this. All right, here we go. All right, hold on.
Selves tonight.
And it is also the question our 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne is asking after that woman's horrifying story was made public at a recent pharmacy board hearing.
First, a warning, some of you, our viewers, might find this story hard.
And it is...
Oh. There we go. How?
How? That is the question we'll all be asking ourselves tonight.
And it is also the question our 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne is asking after that woman's horrifying story was made public at a recent pharmacy board hearing.
First, a warning, some of you, our viewers, might find this story hard to watch. Kyle, it really is a shocking story that could happen to any of us.
Denise Bryan, the Federal Drug Enforcement Agency, says it receives 100,000 complaints a year.
100,000 complaints a year from dealing with the biggest dope dealers in captivity. Black folk, we got to wake up. We have to wake up.
About suspected medication errors. We met Tamika Thomas just a few days ago, a few years after she went into a CVS in North Las Vegas. She got medication she thought was going to help make her pregnant, but the pharmacy got it all wrong.
I don't come from a big family, so I wanted to make sure I had a big family.
Tamika Thomas loves her big family. She has 4 beautiful, healthy kids and wanted one more. She was having trouble getting pregnant back in 2019 and more trouble when she had to have her fallopian tubes removed after 2 dangerous pregnancies. But she wanted to fight to grow her family.
The fight you ended up having
was a fight that I would have never imagined I would be fighting.
The fight, it turns out, is against CVS.
One of the biggest dope dealers on the continent of the United States of America Incorporated, country, United States of America Incorporated. This is global. You know what I mean? Like, y'all need to understand this. But, you know, because of your boy 94 crime bill Biden, they want to put us behind bars for infractions like marijuana. But these are the biggest dope dealers on the planet.
Branch in North Las Vegas in particular. She went in there to get prescriptions to help jumpstart her in vitro pregnancy. She went home, took the medication, and started to cramp.
Cramping is, a norm, but my cramping went beyond that. It was extreme. It was painful.
So painful, she knew something was wrong. Expecting a drug that would trick her body into thinking it was pregnant, she checked the bottle.
And your life changed that day.
Two CVS pharmacists who ended up in front of the pharmacy board had made a handful of errors filling Tamika.
Yep. Two pharmacists. One looks like they're Asian American or Asian, and one is of the dominant society. Go figure. And now they up there copping pleas and acting like they don't know what the fuck they did. You know what you did. You don't care. You don't care because you know you probably have lawyers and shit like that put in place where you could just fight it, and it's just nothing but an error. Yeah, but it was somebody's life that you was playing with. That's why this is medical apartheid. That's why we need to wake up. For some sort of reason, it happened to the sister. If you are following, or if you have ever read Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's The ISIS Papers, Keys to Color, it talks about what? Genetic annihilation. See, they don't want us having kids at all. That's why there's a Planned Parenthood in the hood. Everywhere you go, you can find a Planned Parenthood. But when you go to Summerlin, when you go to Henderson, when you go to a certain place, you ain't going to find no damn Planned Parenthood at all. They're the ones that are having problems multiplying and having babies. We don't have that problem. And even when we do, you know, we do the IVFs and the things like that. But for some sort of reason, y'all messed up. Stop. We need to wake up. Stop it.
Thomas's prescriptions. They ended up giving her a drug meant to terminate the pregnancy for which she had fought so hard.
They did exactly the opposite of what I was trying to do.
Not okay.
Not at all.
I understand people make mistakes, but that mistake took something from me.
Thomas gave heart-wrenching testimony to the Nevada State Board of Pharmacy, which sanctioned these two pharmacists with unprofessional
now it's skipping.
And
See?
failure to adequately supervise the two technicians that made the original mistakes. The board says someone at the pharmacy should have called the doctor because nobody at CVS could read these prescriptions. And then one of the pharmacy techs guessed wrong, entering a generic prescription name, which is the exact opposite.
Guessed? Don't put it on the pharmacy tech. You're the pharmacist. See, no. That's not how it worked. You're the pharmacist. And you have other pharmacists there. You can call other pharmacists. You could call the PCP or the prescribing physician and say, hey, we can't read this and we don't understand this. You need to send something back clear and tell the patient, I'm sorry, I already called your doctor. I can't read this prescription. You can call them as well and tell them they need to send something else because we don't understand what's going on and we can't read this prescription. You didn't give a fuck. So y'all all guess. Don't put it on the pharmacy tech. The pharmacy tech does not sign off on the final process of things. Stop with the bullshit.
The brand name
Now it was
the
bullshit.
doctor because nobody at CVS could read these prescriptions. And then one of the pharmacy techs guessed wrong, entering a generic prescription name, which is the exact opposite of the
Now it was bullshit. You hear that? Because they don't want it. Man, I swear every time I be talking about shit that's real, this shit happens.
the doctor prescribed. Then the board says the pharmacist failed to counsel the patient on what would happen when she took this drug, misoprostol, better known as the abortion pill, which destroyed those two embryos and broke something deep inside Tamika Thomas.
And all I got was a sorry.
Uh-huh.
Not good enough.
It will never be good enough.
Get
A
an
CVS
attorney.
spokesman mentioned that apology in a statement to the 8 News Now investigators. It says, "We've apologized to our patient for the prescription incident that occurred in 2019 and have cooperated with the Nevada Board of Pharmacy in this matter. Prescription errors are very rare, but if one does occur, we take steps to learn from it in order to continuously improve quality and patient safety."
Well, I would object to an open-ended question like that.
But CVS's attorney repeatedly distanced himself from the pharmacist, both at the hearing table and in defense of his client.
To suspend or to take action against a pharmacy license when they really didn't do anything wrong.
They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't check shit. They didn't care. They were just guesstimating. And they killed this sister's last hope of trying to have a child. What the hell you mean? God, this country is wicked.
Wasn't pledged that they did anything wrong. The only allegations are that they they had these pharmacists.
And he pointed his fingers right at the pharmacist and said they did it.
Correct.
What did you think of that?
I felt like that was not okay because he should have took initiative for the company as a whole.
For his part, the attorney for CVS told the 8 News Now investigators he stands by what he told the pharmacy board and has no additional comment. But for Tamika Thomas, it does not end there.
There's not enough that I can say. There's not enough therapy. There's not enough medication that'll take the thoughts away, that'll take the pain away.
The pharmacy as a whole was fined the maximum under the statute. That's $10,000.
Wow.
At least one of those pharmacists no longer works for CVS, and they both got fined and are essentially on probation for a year.
So, Kyle, I mean,
Wow.
obviously there was the fine. One of them looked somewhat remorseful there in front of the pharmacy board. So we're wondering, does Tamika Thomas sue now? What's her next?
So far, no lawsuit. This woman had to work through quite a bit in order to even be able to talk about this with me and go before the board. And I know she'd like to sue, but this happened 4 years ago, and in most cases in Nevada, the statute of limitations is 3 years.
Wow.
Kyle, we saw in your story there CVS apologize. Did the pharmacists apologize?
Yes, they both did, and tomorrow we'll see their apology, and we'll investigate how and why some of these mistakes get made.
Okay. Kyle, thank you for that.
Wow, let's got the music back on. Ain't that crazy? I wish that sister would have gotten an attorney. She deserves compensation. She shouldn't have let that go by. She deserves compensation. It's called medical apartheid. This is what they do. This is who they have. You notice it wasn't no foundational Black American pharmacist fucking up. It was an Asian and a dominant society person. Just fuck it up. Just guesstimating what the fuck they giving you. That's why we as black folk in general, you better go get you an herbalist. Oh, well, they cost money, man. Fuck all that. If you go buy you some herb and you go buy you some motherfucking liquor and you can go, look, that E40 wine, put that E40 wine down, put that Hennessy down if you need to, and go get you some goddamn herbs in your life and stop just trusting and believing in Western medicine to the point where that type of thing happens. I'm not saying that Western medication does not work. That's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is don't put all your trust, hope, faith in just one stream of healing. You better have multiple streams of healing. You better have multiple streams of healing because let me tell you, this is a motherfucker. And medical apartheid is real. And you better go read that book by Harriet Washington, Medical Apartheid. This is what they do. There's so much going on. Just like I want to play a video of they finally found Tupac's killer. So let's talk about this. We got some audio on this too. So I'm gonna go ahead.
I know a lot of people have been watching and waiting for this day. Today, justice will be served.
Our other big local story tonight making national headlines. Police making an arrest 27 years after the murder of hip-hop icon Tupac Shakur right here in Las Vegas. A grand jury indicting Dwayne Keefe D. Davis for Shakur's murder. 8 News Now investigator David Charnes first broke the news of the raid at Davis's home. Now he's learning what was said behind closed doors, including who a witness says pulled the trigger.
The intersection behind me is where Tupac was killed back in September of 1996.
Oh, and another thing. Y'all niggas gonna get enough for going on Vlad TV and running your damn mouth. Keefe D, with your dumb ass. You worse than bitches out here. Stop running to these goddamn dominant society platforms and just running your fucking mouth as if they not gonna use that as evidence to lock your ass up.
He would die 6 days later from his injuries. And we have learned the grand jury met at least 5 times as prosecutors presented their evidence against Dwayne Davis.
Transcripts the 8 News Now investigators obtained paint a picture of what witnesses testified in secret grand jury hearings before the panel voted to indict Dwayne Keefe D. Davis in the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Ultimately, our persistence in this investigation has paid off.
It's an investigation that began with this video from 1996, a fight involving Shakur, record exec Suge Knight, and members of a rival gang. Hours later, Davis, the kingpin of that other group, allegedly ordered the retaliatory shooting. A Southside Crips gang affiliate testifying, Keefe is the one who's going to make all the arrangements and all the plans until that gun goes into somebody else's hand. Davis was sitting in the front passenger seat of another car when it pulled up side by side to Shakur's. In his book, Davis says he handed a gun to a passenger in the back seat who then fired. Metro Police showing this diagram Friday with Orlando Anderson, Davis's nephew, and DeAndre Smith in the back seat. Both are deceased. The gang member saying when he passed the firearm to Orlando didn't have a clear shot. Big Dre is 6'6". At this time, he's 370, 400. He's big. You're not going to reach over like that because shells would have been popping all in Big Dre's face and all kind of stuff. When asked if Smith was the shooter, the gang affiliate told the grand jury he did the shooting.
Dwayne Davis was the shot caller for this group of individuals that committed this crime, and he orchestrated the plan that was carried out.
A member of Shakur's security team saying he saw a, quote, larger size arm fire the shots. That man also telling the grand jury in the moments after the shooting, he approached a wounded Shakur who told him, quote, get on the ground. They're going to shoot you. Shakur wasn't talking about Davis's group, but responding police officers who thought the shooter was among the rapper's entourage.
Also shown to the grand jury videos and other exhibits like photos that have never been seen by the public before. We expect to get our hands on that next week. Near Flamingo and Koval, I'm David Sharns, 8 News.
All right. Now we got that out of the way. Now I just gave y'all 2 examples of why you better believe in yourself and believe in your people and stop believing in everybody else. That shit was 27 years ago. You can find Waldo, but it took them 30 years to find the killer of Tupac. Stop. You know why? Because that leads back to the goddamn FBI and their informants and shit that they had all around Tupac and all these other motherfuckers that were a part of that shit. That's why. And you dumb niggas need to stop going on Vlad TV and what's the other motherfucker name? No Jumper. Stop going on there and talking with these fucking people and telling all your fucking business, and then you wondering why your ass is arrested. It's like, you know what I think it is? It's almost like we don't care what type of attention it is. If it's negative attention, we'll go for it. You say, well, why you say that, Warren? Because I see more black people run into Vlad TV just so they can be heard. After he disrespected the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, niggas still ran back and fucking, let me go do an interview. Let me tell you something. In the white dominant society or the white Jewish society, you disrespect one Jewish person, you're disrespecting them all. That's what I admire about that racial group. Whether you want to call it a racial group or you call it whatever, I call it a dominant society, Jewish community. And as a whole, they stick together and they don't play that bullshit. They will not let you come amongst them, culture vulture their shit, and talk shit about one of their Jewish comrades and then think that they just gonna be fucking with you. No, you fucking with them all. But only in our community, we have no togetherness, and we will still run to Vlad TV and No Jumper and tell all our fucking business while these dominant society motherfuckers is looking and laughing and basically say, look at these dumb niggas. They can't wait to get any type of attention where they will perjure themselves or commit crimes and talk about them, knowing that there's a greater chance of them going back to prison, but they don't give a fuck because they just want the attention. Damn, nigga, you wrote the book, you throw it in the book. Then you want to go on motherfucking Vlad TV, and I'm so sick of Vlad TV. I'm so sick of that shit. I'm so tired of motherfuckers just nigga after nigga just going on there telling all they fucking business. While we got real problems going on. We got a sister that was dealing with medical apartheid out here in Las Vegas, North Las Vegas. I mean, they literally just gave her the wrong script and killed our baby. Literally. And they probably didn't even want the story to come out. And I said the pharmacist up there crying. No, bitch, don't be crying and copping no pleas. You wasn't crying when you was trying to get her asses through the mix. So the fuck out of here. I want to hear that bullshit. We need to wake the fuck up, man. What the fuck is wrong with everybody? Then they want to go run the Vlad TV talk about, yeah, man, you know I did this and I did that. Hey, man. Nigga, have you heard of the saying, keep it under your hat? Loose lips sinks ships, motherfucker. It's like, god damn, nigga came with, yeah, that was me. Oh, so that was you that did the bombing? Yeah, man, that was like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? Just running their mouth. While the real terrorists and the real thugs, like Joe Biden's son, lying on his application to get a gun and smoking crack in a strip club, his ass is pleading not guilty, while Joe Biden, the 94 crime bill Biden, the architect of the 94 crime bill, put niggas in jail for mandatory minimums and gun charges and weed charges, all this other shit, while your son plead not guilty. That's what I mean. We so busy want to run and tell everything we do. Do y'all see the dominant society running and telling everything they do? They don't tell everything. They not going to tell you shit. That's why, if you think about what Dr. Francis Wilson said, tell us what's being said when we not in the room. Because they ain't going to tell you what's being said when we not in the room. Because they don't give a motherfucker about what y'all got going on. But niggas still want to run the Vlad TV? Yeah, man. The Hillside Strangler. Did you see the Hillside Strangler just going and doing interviews? Yeah, man, you know I'm the Hillside Strangler and shit. You feel me? Yeah, man, I would just kill him up. Like, I don't understand motherfuckers, man. I just don't. Did y'all see John Wayne Gacy just running around there telling everybody, yeah, you know, I was killing people? Was Jeffrey Dahmer just telling everybody, like, yeah, man, you know, I ate that nigga. And, it was finger licking good. And such, no. If didn't nobody tell on Jeffrey Dahmer, we would have never known he was eating people. He just kept doing what he was doing. Man, I ain't never been around such idiotic, dumbass motherfuckers in my life. Just running and telling. Yeah, Keefy D stand for Keefy Dumbass. Like, nigga, what the fuck? And where's your crew? I have to tell you, hey, my nigga, stall me out with all that. You running your mouth too much. Be quiet. Man, everybody listening to this shit. Man, don't even write no fucking book. Man, what the fuck? But man, everybody gotta have their story told. Like I said, do you see the fucking dominant society running and telling everything that they do? No, they don't. You gotta go find it in books and shit, because they not telling you a motherfucking thing. All them killers and shit they had, no, they're not telling you nothing at all. They're not running and telling you shit. But here we are. And then the stuff we need to tell, we're so afraid and we don't want no pushback, like this sister, Tamika Thomas. Like, she should have been got an attorney. But we're not thinking like them. Only thing she get to do is tell her story. No, I would still go sue those pharmacists civilly. Fuck that. You better try to get you some type of bread. See, I noticed that about FBA and black folks in general. I'm talking about Foundational Black Americans, Native Blacks, as Dr. Klein Anderson calls it. FBA is our brother Tariq called it. I like both terms. Native Black, Foundational Black America. I like both of the terms, right? You notice the stuff that we're supposed to say, we're so afraid to say it because of the pushback. And the stuff that we're not supposed to be talking about, we just have diarrhea of the fucking mouth. We're talking about stone cold G's from different areas and neighborhoods and with so much gang politics and all that. I'm like, I'm surprised nobody pulled his coattails and said, hey, my nigga, you doing too much. You about to open up a whole nother can of worms. Leave that shit alone. No, you want to just be up there at Vlad TV running your mouth. Vlad TV, he's so fucking full of shit. I can't stand that motherfucker. And then he always plays this fucking arrogant dumb role. Like, hey, you know, I don't know. Just like Adam 22, I don't like him either. Nigga got on camera with other black folk and made it seem like what Tariq Nasheed was saying was some bullshit. Them white boys do that type of shit, man. That's why I don't try to explain shit to them. They know what the fuck they be doing. They just be playing stupid. And Adam 22 and Vlad TV are fucking failures in their culture. That's why they come over to the black culture, because they will be looked at as somebody superior. But in their culture, you just another motherfucking white person. And that's why they can't make it over. Because if that's the case, go back to your fucking culture. What you doing over here? Shit, we better wake the fuck up, man. Fuck these motherfuckers. Stop running your mouth about that shit. Now they about to bring up the Tupac shit again. Here all these motherfucking police. Oh, man, we got the killer. Man, just anything. Like I said, motherfuckers could find Waldo, but you couldn't find a motherfucker for 27 years. And then all of a sudden, okay, he's starting to say that he did something. So now, okay, let's just arrest somebody. Man, get the fuck out of here. Stop. You ain't gonna never know what the fuck is going on, because the feds is part of that bullshit too. Like I said, man, go read that sister's story in North Las Vegas where those pharmacists killed her baby and practiced medical apartheid on this sister's unborn child. So I don't want to hear that shit. And go check out the Tupac shit. I'm just tired of talking about this shit because, like, man, niggas better just be quiet and stop running their mouth. That's it. I got nothing but love for everybody, but I'm starting to go on a tangent about pissed off. It's like, what the fuck, man? The shit that I wish this sister would have came out a long time ago and told her story. So we could have been all over this shit. Fuck them goddamn motherfuckers. That's why the lawyer threw their asses under the bus. Yeah, man, they did it, basically. And then the one woman pharmacist, the dominant society, woman up there copping, policing crime. Well, you weren't thinking about that shit when you made the mistake. You just apologized to the lady and kept it moving. You thought that this shit wasn't never gonna happen. Like, oh man, I ain't gonna never get in trouble. Man, fuck them. They pharmacists, that's what they went to school for. That's why they get paid the money. Your ass wasn't paying attention, and you didn't give a fuck. The motherfucker should be put in jail for some sucker shit like that. You playing with people's lives. That shit could have killed that woman too. You up here talking about, oh, well, our bad. What the fuck you mean our bad? Man, let me stop, man, because all I'm about to do is get pissed off, man. I got nothing but love for everybody out there, man. And, hey, you already know what it is. You know what it ain't. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. This is the Underground Podcast, man, because I don't try to do no clout chasing and shit. But I got love for everybody out there, man. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.